Great rise, beloved is great rise. Know who this is. It's your girl, Queen Goddess, the King Advocate, and it is Melanated Monday Provoked. So I'm gonna give you all time to get in here and get Facebook set up so we can get in here and have this conversation. Hopefully, we won't have to keep having it the same subject, but as long as we need to have it, we will have it. All right. So let me get Facebook set up, and we'll. That is the King Advocate. It is Melanated Monday Provoked. All right. We got YouTube set up and they're ready to go already. Waiting on you all to come on in here so we can get started and have this conversation again. Okay. But a little bit different today. So it may get a little more intense. And that is also very deliberate. Um, Again, the subject we are discussing is dealing with the Black woman or as they see it. We're going to address it from both angles. You all know I am pretty fair. I don't pick sides. I just try to deal with the information and give it back to you. And hopefully you learn something from it. What's going on, D Mays? Thank you, loved one, for being here. I appreciate you so much, so much, so much. So yeah, again, today we are again dealing with the same subject as far as the Black man's enemy being a Black woman. We're going to do it, the Black woman's enemy being a Black man, both sides. Hopefully we'll get some women to call in, going to say some things that will piss us off. And you know I do not care. What's going on, Donis? What's going on, Pratt? Thanks for being here, loved one. I appreciate you. Yeah. Like I said, y'all know, I don't choose sides. No, I am not. I don't choose sides. I give you the information, and that's it. I do not address feeling. Well, I address them. I just don't care about them. So let me correct that. So we are here, indeed, we are here to discuss again the Black man's enemy and have we become enemies, which is the title of it. What have we become? Yeah, I was down there, honey. Like I said, I had to give a little homage, show some respect to those elders and those ancestors, show some respect. So I said, now that I know enough, I will be doing some more research and that conversation will be had. I will be live with that conversation. For those of you who are wondering what I'm talking about, I had a little excursion, if you will, on Lake Lanier in Atlanta, Georgia. And wow. And there's some history behind that lake. So I'm going to be discussing it at another date. So, yeah. So when you all get on in here, we will talk. In the meantime, you know what I got to do? I got to promote, right? So if you're not familiar, we got these here, the sloppy kisses, the oral massage oil. This QR code will send you directly to my Etsy store where you can purchase them for yourself. It is what it says it is. Sloppy kisses, oral massage oil. Okay, I don't need to explain. And if I do, we need to have a different type of conversation. All right, I'm available for therapy. I'm available for counseling. So reach out to me for that. Also, this is going to always be one of my number one go-tos and something I need to promote a little bit stronger. This hoodie, the shirt, the message, it says, I am the solution on purpose, with purpose. This is very pertinent to everything, anything and everything that we are dealing with where we think we don't have an answer to what the problem is. We have it. We are it. I am the solution on purpose, with purpose. So if you're interested in getting a hoodie or a shirt, they come in black, white, and also a blue, which is a royal blue. I'm cutting me know. Ms. Ike, I see you, loved one. Thank you for being here, babe. I appreciate you. D Mays for sure. When I get back from Ohio, we'll talk about it then. I'm leaving out tomorrow, so I'll be back by the first, and we'll start from the first. But absolutely, I'm just so ready for people to get in here so we can have this conversation, this exchange of energy and information and thoughts and ideas, and hopefully a solution So we can tonight's subject is dealing with what we talked about last week, which is the black man's enemy being the black woman. We're addressing it from the other angle as well. And I have already warned my ladies. A lot of them will probably be pissed. And I'm good with that. If you leave here pissed and knowing something, then I have done my job. So I'm going to go ahead and start. Like I said, we'll go back on what we talked about last week. We had a couple of gentlemen call in. You know, my ace in the place, Jew Walker, always calls in, and one of the brothers from my YouTube page, I can't remember which one I was talking to, so forgive me, also chimed in when we were speaking on it, and they were very adamant in saying that that's cool, and very adamant in saying that black women are indeed the enemy to black men. I wanted to make sure that those comments were not coming from a personal standpoint because a lot of the comments that are shared on my page on Queen Goddess of King Advocate on YouTube on that particular subject that has over 5,000 views are coming from a place of personal anger and personal hurt with dealing with women who so happen to be black women. I will say, however, a lot of the things that have been expressed are factual. I, I I can't deny what's facts. You know, it is what it is, whether I like it or not. It is what it is. There are many women, black women in particular, who have expressed themselves to be opponents, adversaries toward black men. A lot of women, black women in particular, have said some very ill things about black men, have done some ill things to black men, feel some type of way about black men. Um, but that is not the majority of black women. It may be a lot of them, okay? But I don't. I'll say it this way. Let me reword it. I don't think it's the majority of black women. There are indeed a lot that think and feel and move the same way for whatever their beliefs are, whatever their experiences are. I will leave it at that. I won't. I'll just leave it at that. But my standpoint is not going to change. And that's me speaking personally and from the point of the black women that I do know, that I associate myself with, and those who are interested in becoming greater greater women, greater beings, and more powerful in their influence on a positive note. So that being said, um, I said one of the things that black men have stated, and it comes up a lot, is how black women refer to you as ain't shit, as being lazy, as mama's boys, being weak punks, whatever. Mostly the ain't shit part. Like that's probably the number one thing that I've heard, um, and that's from black women. I've heard it. I won't say from white women per se, but maybe some mixed, whatever. But I've definitely heard it, and that has always irritated me. There are now. Let's keep it real. There are some men who demonstrate who perform in a manner which would suggest that he would not be as desirable as some others, be they black or any other nationality or race or whatever. But I can see where the majority of men who have experienced that, be it personal or have heard it, would take it as being a direct um, description or a direct way of how black women feel about Black men. I will again say he is perhaps taken from those who have experienced men who happen to be Black, who have experienced them in a negative manner, who may have had some expectations from them which were unattainable. They may not have even been reasonable, period. What's going on, G. Walker? Thanks for being here, love. But I won't say that it is the overall or the general senses of Black depend on you. There's still a for you, generally speaking. Again, I sadly have to say that there are Black women who don't like Black men, who totally disregard, disrespect Black men. And it's just y'all, it's just Black men. What we are here to do today and every time we talk is to find out or to discuss what the possible cause of these behaviors and these thoughts, these feelings are, and to come up with a solution, to find where we are both equally accountable for the part that we play in this division and find a way to mend it. The men who have responded on the YouTube, a lot of them, I'll say a lot of them, are simply saying they had nothing to do with this. This is all the Black woman's fault. She got to fix it. Why should we participate in it? We out. We not sitting around here waiting on her. She effed up, and that's that. She get what she get. You reap what you. Whatever she's dealing with, that's on her. A lot of them are speaking from that angle. Yeah, and it's concerning to say the least. Especially when you're speaking on the whole. Absolutely, we are both to blame. Uh-oh. We got a caller already. Hold on one second. Great rise. You know you're live. Greetings. Let me put you on speaker. Hold on one second. All right. So so I just started. What did you want to chime in at this point?
Sure, whatever.
Okay. So like I said, we are discussing the issue that we were talking about last week as far as Black men seeing Black women as the enemy. I was just mentioning some of the things that Black men say or have experienced with Black women for them to say what they say or feel how they feel as far as them.
I got you. I'm listening.
Oh, being ain't shit, that type of thing.
Okay, I got you.
So what we are, my purpose, let me put it that way, my purpose is to not just discuss the problem, but to discuss where it came from and how do we fix it. What needs to be done on both ends at this point. A lot of people are saying, mostly men are saying that it's unfixable, that it's fucked up and it's going to be fucked up, and that's that. You reap what you sow.
I understand. Is we live?
Yes.
I mean, I get that. And most men gonna say that because they can.
Mm-hmm.
I heard what you're saying about women go through pain and go through things they've been through. Mm-hmm. Okay. Women been through enough to say that. Let's be clear here. Are we not each other's enemy? Consciously or subconsciously? Mm-hmm. Let's ask ourselves, how do we love each other?
Right.
Sit down, write a list of how do we demonstrate we love one another.
Right. That part.
And you'll find that list gonna be short as hell.
Right.
That's one. Two, men, I mean, honestly, I just gotta be 100. They just pussies with it. Because even the shit men go through, we ain't been through half the shit y'all been through as women. So stop. And number one, it's such an abundance of, it's such a shortage of Black men. if you meet a woman who just say all men ain't shit, that's cool. Because you got 30, 40, 50 other women who dying for a man who, if you ain't shit, looking for you.
Mm-hmm.
So who cares? We just hiding behind shit and hiding behind our responsibilities. So all this shit to me is unfixable. Man, work on your house. Work on being a family. How you got 76%, 73% broken homes?
Right.
We dropped the ball. And just like the white man treat the black people, every time we complain or every time we say we deserve something, they demonize us. We do the same to y'all. Mm-hmm. Every time y'all get fed up from a man whooping your ass or daddy issues or sick of being in abused relationships, what happened? Y'all the mad black woman.
Right.
It's always y'all. It's never no healing. We always categorize y'all, try to put y'all in a position where y'all take it and shut the hell up. Mm-hmm. And then what happens is y'all take it and we say y'all like it. It's never no winning for y'all. Mm-hmm. So it's about, I would say consciously and subconsciously, yes, we practice enemy-like behavior towards each other. The end.
Right.
And until we fix that, until we address that, it's not blaming, pointing the finger, but it first starts with men, because we dropped the ball. Black women been there for us since forever. Black women been having to sleep with the white man so they wouldn't kill our black asses.
I said that last week.
So it's time for black men. It's time for black women to stop extending the fucking olive branch. I hate that shit. When are y'all going? If y'all realize y'all good enough, y'all realize what y'all done, when y'all going demand settlement of this tab? Most black women just keep loving them harder and harder and harder and harder. You never give us a reason to have to rethink this. What would life be like without y'all? Because y'all always the fuck dead.
So let me ask you this. Okay, so like with settling the tab, and I'm glad you brought that up, because you have women, a lot of them, that are doing just that. And
but those in what way?
Well, I'm saying, okay, so let's do it this way, and I'll perhaps pose as a question. So you have women that are solely looking for men of a particular, financial caliber or whatever. They have to be able, that they must be making a certain dollar amount or beyond. They must have certain material items. They must be able to, do whatever. And I don't necessarily see anything wrong with that. But you have some men, a lot of the men that will say, she a gold digger, or she just want this type of, whatever. Yeah. But in her mind, and I'm just guessing, in her mind, it could be this is the settle up, or it could be I deserve this, or why would I accept anything less, or this is what I'm bringing to the quote unquote table. So the person that I'm going to be with needs to be at least equal to, if not greater than, the position that I'm in. So how
could be true.
So how do you discern the difference between the two? How do you discern the difference?
You don't. Guess what? You reserve the right to want what you want. I ain't gotta agree with that shit, but the beauty of this shit, this is why when I hear men talk this shit, it irks my spirit on every level, because there's such a shortage of us. We can pick and fucking choose. If you a good dude handling your business, you ain't got time to listen to the bullshit, because you got fucking women to interview on who the fuck you want. And if you a good dude, a lot of women want this particular caliber of men. Why? Because the men ain't gonna be shit. So at least let me motherfucking not have to financially support this motherfucker too.
Yeah.
We've been doing it for years. We've been leeching off women for fucking years. The crazy part about this, every time a woman wants something, if any of you or your colleagues, anytime a black woman said they want something, tell me when in history they were not demonized for wanting better.
Right.
On any level. We ain't even talking about, forget they want a man to make this kind of money. Anytime they demanded better for themselves, when were they not demonized?
Right. That's what I'm saying.
So with that being said, so what? These men taking the time to address this shit, they ain't shit, because you just be clear here. Let's be clear. It's such a shortage of good black men out here. If you're a good black man, nigga, they beating your door down.
Right.
Period.
Right.
Period. So who cares? So who the fuck cares what she say? What she say? Cause nigga, okay, that's 2 out of 20. You got 18 more motherfucking go through. This is bullshit. Them niggas who got time to sit there and talk this shit and not take time to think of the position we put y'all in. Look at the position we put y'all in. How can y'all not have some resentment towards us until we do better?
Yeah, I've mentioned that as well last week. Like, like I said, I don't pick sides. I listen to both sides. I'm just trying to find, where's the middle, because it's like one side
it's not a middle.
One side is taking blame, the other one is point blame. If there's going to be blame, it's got to be on both sides for something.
Nah. That's nah. If it's gonna be blame, it's gonna be on blame where it should start from. We let y'all the hell down. Blame that. Hey, yo, that you know what? That call it the Nelson Mandela effect. They fucked us over, took your shit, and now, okay, let's meet in the middle and be fair. Shit, I ain't eat this fucking steak. Why am I paying half this time? You fucked this up. I got some water out the deal. Why am I paying half of your steak? Nah, we fucked up. And it's time to own that shit. It's blame to be placed. Period. It's healing to be healed. It's humility to be had. This ain't the thing where, okay, let's meet in the middle. Nah, we all y'all. And niggas who don't think so, why that pussy getting wet? I mean, see, that's why I see this conversation. I don't really even like hearing, because we talk this shit, hang up, and that ain't shit nigga, or that nigga who put you through the fucking trauma, gets a pussy tonight.
Right.
So how bad do you really mean what you say?
Right. Yeah. One gentleman says we did not let you guys down.
What happened then? I would love to hear this. What happened? So what happened? As a whole, what happened?
Yeah, he's totally disagreeing with what you're saying.
That's great. Defend it. I would love to hear this.
And D. May says we got to hit the reset button as a people. Absolutely.
Yeah, but guess what? We have let y'all down. So okay, my bad. He disagrees. So I would love to hear what he think happened then.
Yeah, well, maybe he's typing.
Because he needs to hurry. Ask me if you want to call. I'm glad to get off and hear this shit. There's never been a time in fucking history. In fact, in history, there's always the time when a black woman came to our rescue. Very rarely is it a time when black men came back for y'all.
If you want to call in 770. You don't have to. I can click over 770-906.
I'm hanging up and listen anyway, because I'm driving.
Okay. Well, thank you for calling in, love. Appreciate you. The number again, 770-906-5271. 770-906-5271. If you would like to call in and express yourself. AA over here, I would love to hear from you, hear your rebuttal to what was just being said. You're saying that men did not let the women down. You totally disagree with what the gentleman prior just stated. So if you would, call in or type faster so we can hear what it is that you're saying. Express yourself. 770-906-5271. And Jocelyn, I see you, loved one. I appreciate you for being here. I'm really looking for and hoping that more of our women will show up. I'm really surprised and a little concerned that not more of the sisters are on here tonight. That was one of the things that I put in the message on part of the post was, a need for the women to show up, and that some of them were probably going to be pissed. And this was a ooh-wee, this is one of those ooh-wee types of conversations that we're having where, some of the, I won't say blame, but some of the responsibility is going to the women, so I know there's, like we just heard, there's, differences of opinions, thoughts, knowledge, understandings, whatever, and that's cool. So what we're here to do again is to get an understanding of what has happened, how it happened, how do we reverse this if it is at all possible, and taking accountability for it so that it doesn't happen again or continue to happen any longer. And I want to pose this question also: if Black men believe Black women to be the enemy, does that not also make you an enemy to the Black woman? It can't be one-sided. If the Black woman is the enemy to the Black man, is the Black man also the enemy to the Black woman? We got a caller. 1 second. G Walker, what's going on, loved one?
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I'm okay.
All right, go ahead and spit your spit.
Yeah, I was listening to the gentleman that you just had on the phone and stuff, and I agree with some of what he was saying. I think what he's trying to convey is that you have to be self-accountable. You know, you have to do self-actualization. But what basically, I just want to kind of expound on what he said a little bit. Basically, what it is just like I said last week. You can look at a sore when you're let's just say you got a bump when you let it come to a whitehead or whatever, or come to a head, then you know it needs to be popped. The bottom line is that until then, if you touch it, it's sore to the touch. See, and that bump on the head or the bump on the arm or the leg or wherever it may be, it's just like the truth. Anytime you get ready to touch it, it hurts because you're so used to being uncomfortable. You're so used to being confused. You're so used to somebody else thinking for you. The bottom line is, you can do all these other things, have all these little gallant, I have a dream speeches, all you want to. The bottom line is that there's an order. We talked about this, but there's an order. And until you address that order, the order is God head first, then Jesus, God is the head of Jesus. Man should listen to God, then lead his family. And so he's right in that aspect, and I agree with him in that aspect that man needs to take if he takes a bite for himself to say, I'm not gonna the girls are dancing in the street and all that. I don't have nothing against that, but that's not the kind of young lady that I like. I don't need everybody out on Facebook halfway naked. That's not the woman that I want. Right. That's, and if once he says that for himself and he stands on that, then guess what? If that woman wants to be with him, guess what she's gonna do? She's gonna straighten up. Not because she may not, like he did, she might not be directly, but subliminally. And then there's nature. You can't get away from nature. You can fight against it. That's why people take pills, drugs, and all these other things trying to alter. You understand from reality, but that same whitehead is right there. Until you dress that whitehead, you can have all I have a dream speeches. You can do all the Malcolm X, by any means necessary. Marcus Garvey. You can do Benjamin Banneker. You can do whatever you want to do. Harriet Tubman, Sojourner Truth. I can go on and on, but you can do all that always. But until there was an order to Harriet Tubman. She didn't just go up the hill. You understand what I'm saying? So she addressed the order. The devil even addresses the order. He had to go to God to say, hey, I want to mess with this person. I want to do this and mess these people up. He had to get permission.
So with you saying that, let me interrupt real quick. So with that, and as it's written, so it does, I don't want this to become a Bible study per se, but just as it's written, in dealing with the order, as it's written, the Most High created man first, and from man created woman. There was woman, as it is written. Okay, so according to as it is written, if the Most High created man first, that means there was time for some communication to be happening. There was time for instructions to be given. The Most High knew that something else was going to be created for him, was going to be compatible for him. So he was prepared ahead of time on how to handle what was going to come to him. He was assigned over everything else that was going to come or that was already there, whatever pre-existed him. He was assigned head of that. He was mastered over that, if you will.
Adam?
Yes.
Yeah.
So he was assigned the head, the lead at that time, if you will. Okay, so here comes the problem. Well, I won't say problem, but here comes a little curve in the line. Okay, so once Eve shows up, as it's written, once she shows up, she is shown or spoken to have led Adam astray. Okay, so if let me just go through this. If Adam is given all of the information, he's giving all of the instructions, he's giving all of the authority, he's given whatever is given to him, he's given the knowledge, right? Then he knows what to do. He is already been made responsible and being held accountable because he's being given this directly from the Creator. Okay, so when Eve came, that also made him accountable for her. He was responsible for her. Whatever she knew, wherever she went, whatever she thought, whatever, he already knew better according to how it's written. He already knew. So he had an automatic responsibility to make sure that the word, the instructions given to him were passed on to her because he got them directly. Okay. Right. But let me finish. So when the time when there was a separation between the two, when Eve went off by herself or whatever and got herself beguiled, yeah, she separated from him, right?
Well.
Is that correct? I want to finish that, and then I'll let you finish.
Okay. Adam was going. He told her specifically, don't touch it, don't go over to the fruit.
No, I got that, but I'm saying, but she's separate. But she's separated from Adam. She moved away from his presence.
He was going out of the garden. He said, "I'll be back, but don't go." All the other fruits in the garden you can have, but don't touch the tree.
Right. Okay. So they were separated. That's what I'm saying. They were separated. So nonetheless, she got a mind of her own. Whatever. She went over and did what she did. He left her. I don't know. Maybe he shouldn't have done that. I can't speak for that, but maybe he should not. I don't know what the instructions were. It may have been don't leave her because she don't know. It may have been, don't know. Nonetheless, she goes and makes a decision based off of whatever she made her decision on. It might have been vanity. It might have been whatever. She had a conversation with a snake, as it's written. The snake told her that you can go ahead and eat from this tree because when you do, then you will be like the Most High. So that enticed her, that, made her feel some type of way. Oh, you telling me word, I can eat from this forbidden tree and I can be like the Most High. So already there was something in her, according to the way it's written, there was something in her that the serpent knew he could use because it was a weakness. It was something that he knew was something that could, cause her to think and do and, move a certain kind of way because it needed to appeal and appease to her. Okay, so she did what she did. She did what she did, and then Adam comes back or whatever, and she hands him this fruit and says, "Well, eat." Where did this come from? It came from that tree right there. Well, didn't I tell your ass don't touch that? Okay, well, yeah, but I went on ahead and got it because the snake that I talked to said that it would make me like God. It would make me like the Most High. And I have a desire to be like that, even though I was already created as a goddess, which is in the image of the Creator in the first place. I want to be more like the Most High. I want to be like the Most High. I want these extra powers. So I went on ahead and got this fruit. Right. I went on ahead and got this fruit. So you go ahead, take a bite, taste it. I ain't doing that because Most High said don't do that. No, but you can go ahead, just try it. I'm telling you, this fruit right here, this is some juicy fruit. Go ahead and take a bite. Go ahead. Him already knowing, not to say that what she did was not cool, okay? Because that wasn't cool, okay? Nonetheless, because first of all, because the woman has the power, and we're going to talk about this. The woman has the power of influence, always has. Okay.
Yeah.
So she used her influence, if you will, according to this, and influenced him to bite from this forbidden fruit. He had the knowledge, however, not to do it. He had the instruction not to do it. And he was already made and said that watch out for her because she is the weak one. So, how did he let her convince him to do something that he knew specifically and directly not to do? And then when it was spoken to him, why did you do this? Why did you eat from this? How do you know you naked? The whole conversation that occurred, the first thing that Adam said was, the woman you gave to me. So the first thing he did was blame the Most High. It's your fault because you gave me this woman, and because she gave to me, I did eat. So this is you. So from the beginning, Adam, man, deflected his own responsibility and brushed it off on God first, and then put it off on the woman, although he already knew, according to the way it's written, what he was supposed to do. He already was equipped to make up his own righteous mind because he was given the mind of the Most High. Everything was righteous. He was convinced by that which beguiled the weaker sex, as it is written. He was convinced or influenced. He let his guard down, or he made a decision because he wasn't really tricked. He made a decision. He was going to go ahead and eat from it because she gave it to him, knowing he wasn't supposed to. So at what point was he supposed to take accountability? He totally got rid of that. He totally said, "No, this God, this you made this chick right here. I was good without her. You brought her here. She went over there and ate from that tree. I told her ass stay away from me because you told me to tell her, and I told her, and I just stepped out for a minute. I don't know. I can't tell you what I was doing. I can't tell you what I was doing, but I came back naked. But yeah, so she got from that tree and she gave it to me and I ate it. So what I'm supposed to do? No, I'm not taking on responsibility for that. So from the beginning, there was already a disconnect. From the beginning, there was a lack of accountability. From the beginning, he blamed her for everything. He said, no. So that being the case, just based off of that, then the children from his loins all up until now, everything from him is going to have the mind of him. Everything from her is going to have the mind of her, being the mother and father, right, of of the earth. We're going to think, the women are going to think like she, and the men are going to think like he. Are you saying that both are not equally responsible? Or well, let me not say that. Both have some doings in it. Both have some doings in it. But if it was written, if it was stated, and I wasn't there, so I can't say, if it was stated, Adam, keep your ass here with her, because she gonna end up doing some shit and everybody gonna pay for it. If he walked away from her, if he didn't do exactly what he was told to do, then that part is on him. That's him. He moved away from his responsibility. He moved away from being accountable. He didn't want the responsibility in the first place. No, don't give me that. So we dealing with it as it is written. Rochelle, sister, I see you, girl. Thank you for being loved one. And let me read what you got. She said, I agree, even though y'all talking about the white man. Okay, we gonna deal with that another time. Exactly. She said another time. Exactly. That's why I'm saying as it's written, because that is what we tend to go to. Huh?
Can I respond to that? You haven't finished yet.
No, we're not going to talk about the white man part. We're just talking about as it's written.
I'm talking
no, you go ahead. You can respond. Yeah, I just wanted to get that part out the way. You go ahead.
Okay, I see what you're saying, but first of all, let me say this. I'm gonna be real quick about it. First of all, they were in their spiritual bodies. Second of all, God came down and walked with them. He said that he saw that the male, that the bull had the cow. He saw that the rooster had the chicken. He said it was not good that man should be alone, so he called a deep sleep. See, the very thoughts of God is full. The very thoughts of him is not like man who is finite. So basically, I'm gonna address every little thing that you said real quick. The bottom line is what happened was when the garden, Adam was in charge of tilling the garden. So that's what he was going to do, to follow suit, because he had to take a shovel, whatever he had at that time, to make sure the garden. So he said, "I'm going away," because, like I said last week, again, and I know this ain't the TD Jakes, yada yada yada, but until you address it, where the problem is, see, like you say, you want to put a Band-Aid. You want to put a Band-Aid on a threshing, on a gaping hole. Until you address it where it is, you got two kinds of men. You got a spiritual man and you got a physical man. You take people that even take care of the physical man. They even take care of their physical body, so they definitely ain't gonna take care of their spiritual body. The bottom line is what happened was that when Adam knew, in a sense, he said, "Listen, I'm going away, but I'll be back. All these other fruits that you got in here, you can have, but don't touch the tree of life." That's what God had already told you. Told them. Now, when he went away and came back, like I said, and this is further solidifying what I said last week. And like I said just today, there's an order, and until you address the order, the way the order has been set up by the Most High, you ain't gonna be trying to fix man problems ain't gonna work. Man trying to fix man problems with God's help will work if you do it His way, not the way the world says. Because you see the way the world is set up. It's demonic. It's evil. It's separatism. So when he came back, he said, "What have you done?" And Eve was the oldest serpent beguiled me, meaning he had sex with her. That's what it really means. The bottom line is when Adam came back, God already knew, because he came and walked in the garden with him. You see what I'm saying? So when he came and walked, he didn't say Adam and Eve, whatever, because he said they're one. That's what Adam said, because God told me, y'all are one. So he did, when he took of the fruit, it wasn't until he took of the fruit that God said, "Adam, where art thou?"
Okay.
Hello?
I'm here, I'm listening.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't nothing else being said, but when Eve did it, you see what I'm saying? That's why I said about the order. There was nothing said until Adam took of the fruit. When Adam took of the fruit, that's when God came, because he used to walk with God. He used to walk because Adam wasn't tainted by man. Neither was Eve. They were both in their spiritual bodies. But when it wasn't until, check it out, it wasn't until Eve ate of the fruit that she began, her eyes were open or whatever, beyond the spirit. Then when Adam came back, Adam said, "Well, whatever that done?" He said, This is the flesh in my flesh. In other words, we as one. So I mean, but things didn't change until Adam, and you're right about that. Things didn't change until Adam ate of the fruit. Then that's when God said, "Adam, where art thou?" He already knew. He said, "Adam, where art thou? Who told you that thou was naked? Who told you this and that?" And like you say, you're trying to throw it off and this and that, yada yada yada. But it was already written, done, and said. But what I'm trying to say is that the man is the covering over the woman. Again, until you address that. Now you can sit there, "Oh, we don't want to make this TD. We don't want to make this cripple. We don't want to make," but it is what it is. It's a spiritual thing. Until you address it, he said, "Adam, where art thou?" And then he said, "Because thou hast done this," God didn't say anything until Adam made the move. Because there's, like I said, an order. God, head, man, listen to God, and then man leads his family. And until you address it, the white people do it like that. So what's up? The Orientals do it like that. The Asians do it like that. Man and woman, man leads his family, yada yada yada. Why everybody else can do this? They ain't say nothing about money. Everybody else can do this, but your cousins. I have met your mother because I see you. But the bottom line is, people like your mother and mine and everybody else that came before, they were doing times that were real. They never had this problem. I never hear them have this problem. You know what I'm saying? They had, "Oh, who am I? I got to have this and that." It is what it is. Hey, I like this. If you're a good woman, if you're a good woman, you ain't got to tell nobody. The runners that need to see it and need to hear it and need to know it, they will. They will address you. So the bottom line is, if I'm gonna say it like this, Kim. Adam, when he took of the fruit, that's when God said, "Adam, where art thou?" Because they supposed to be one.
Mm-hmm.
The thing about it, what I'm trying to about God said, "Adam, where art thou?" Like in other words, Mr. McCants, where art thou? Mr. McCants, where art thou?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's the order. When they come to the man's house, like even in the 60s, 70s or whatever, when they came to the person's house, they addressed, where's the man in the house? When the salesman, the king used to say, I know people don't know nothing about this. When he used to come to the house with the secretary, may I speak to the man in the house, please? Mm-hmm. You understand? Because there's an order. They didn't pick out if the man was not important. See, this is what the people don't. I don't know about you, but this is what people don't want to see. They didn't kick. If the man wasn't important, if the man wasn't vital, then why kick him out the house? What does he matter? Because he don't matter. You see what I'm saying? But then why they? Because see, that's the way the devil is attacking. Blah blah. The man don't matter. Blah, blah. If he didn't matter, then why you kick him out the house?
So let me interrupt you real quick, G, because we got people that's coming in. I want to acknowledge. Yeah. So Sister Rochelle and Stacy Jones, what's going on, Monk? Thanks for being here, love. And anyway, so I'm gonna call you Mac. So Mac says, isn't it true that the Black woman is God? If not, who is and is God a man or woman? That's the question. I'm going to address it. I'm going to address it too. I'm going to go back to what you were saying too about the order. So with the topic being Black men looking at Black women as the enemy, based on, as you state and as it's written, there being an order. If the man was out of line, he didn't stay in his order, he didn't stay in his position and follow the instructions given to him, and how in the hell can he say out of his mouth that the woman is his enemy if she was to be submissive, if you will, to him, which means he was made strong enough to be a leader? If he did not lead her correctly, how can he be mad and say she is my enemy? How dare he fix his mouth and say she is my enemy? Because she has been able, I'll say this, she has possibly been able to utilize her discernment and know a fool when she see one and make a decision. I'm not following the fool. I'm going to follow what I know is righteous, what is correct, what is healthy for me. I'm going to do it this way. And that's it. How can she be his enemy? And let's look at it in righteousness. How can she be his enemy if he, in the order, was out of line and basically either not leading her at all or leading her astray? If she turns away from him, she is wise. She's not an enemy. She's wise. But of course, your enemy would be anybody that don't think, see, move, feel, and whatever the way you do. You're going to see that individual as your enemy because they are, I don't want to say in competition with, but they are not working along with you. They don't have the same mind. So you're going to see them as an enemy. But to emphasize the word enemy, when you're dealing with an enemy, you're looking at somebody who you know has a deliberate intent to hurt or kill you, to destroy you. That is their intent. This is what they're doing. They make themselves known. I am going to take your ass out. This is my sole purpose, is to take you out. Take you out. If you see me as your enemy, Black man, not you particularly, but if you see me as your enemy, why do you lay with me? Why do you seek comfort from me? Why am I still nurturing you? Why do you reproduce yourselves with me? All of these things. Why, when something goes wrong, you calling out for your mama? Black man, where's my mama? You're not looking for your brother. You're not looking for your daddy. You're looking for your Black mama. Every time When you need somebody to support you in whatever it is that you're doing, you're looking for your Black wife to do so. You're trying to raise your Black children to be a certain type of way. They still Black. So if Black is your enemy, then everything that you give life to that is Black is your enemy. Keep that. That's the part that I'm saying. You can't say y'all are enemy, but we not yours. That ain't how that works. No, sir.
Yeah, let me say this to you. Let me say this real quick. The thing about it is, again, if you look at the videos, music videos or whatever, back in the 90s and even the early 2000s, the 80s, 90s, if you looked at the girls on the videos, you didn't see all these tattoos. That's what I'm trying to tell you. There's no way around nature. There's no way around Mother Nature. You can do that, but you're fighting against yourself, just like somebody trying to be something they're not. An ant can't be a fly, and a fly can't be an ant. You can try. You can put on a costume, but it can take drugs to try to be that. But it can't be what it's got to be what it was designed to be. That's why people, and you have to fight against nature, which you're not going to win, to try to be something that you aren't. The bottom line is, when I was looking at these videos, like I say, from the 80s and 90s, I didn't see all these girls on there with all these tattoos and tatted up and all this other stuff. You know, the influx of these guys coming up with tattoos, and I'm not knocking, I'm just using an example. I'm just telling you. When I saw it, when I saw the influx of guys getting more tattoos, because then guess what? I saw the girls doing in the videos. Now you got girls in the videos. Some of them, most of them, really with more tattoos than the dudes. Why? Because it's subliminally suggested. Because the order. Now you can get away from it. You can go to McDonald's. You can go to Burger King. You can go to wherever you want to go. Jackson's, wherever you want to go. The bottom line is, what you got to do if you want to get some food? What you got to do? Place and what? An order. Am I right or wrong? There's an order. You can't go to McDonald's and then ask for some chicken, Popeye's chicken, and then get mad because they don't serve chicken. We serve hamburgers here. You are out of order. So anytime you out of order, you're gonna get a chaotic situation.
Indeed. So with again, I want to try to keep it relevant where everybody can understand what's being said here. If you're still dealing with it, in dealing with that order, and in dealing with what we're talking about, as far as Black men saying that Black women are the enemy, how, if the order states that it is the man, it is the Most High, it is the man, and then it is the woman. If it is stated that way, if that is the righteous order, then that in itself says that for that woman, whatever she does, if she is out of line, the Most High is going to check him. Because according to that order, it doesn't mean she's not going to be chastised. I'm not saying that, but it's saying that if I put you in charge of her and she got out of line, that means you weren't on your job. You weren't where you were supposed to be to make sure that that wasn't possible. You didn't give her what she needed. Something you did not do to cause her to be out of line according to this order. If you're going off that. So to say that, again, keeping it back on the direct subject, to say that the Black woman is the enemy to the Black man in that order has to say that he is out of order. He is out of order. So if he is out of order, then everything beneath him, everything connected to him is going to be in chaos. So if I'm in chaos and you are above me, you are you are responsible for me, you are leading me, you are directing me, you are instructing me because you're getting all of this from the Most High. And if I'm out of order, if I'm your enemy, it's because you have either created me to be so or allowed me to be so. Something ain't quite right is what I'm saying. It can't be I'm just all of a sudden your enemy. Something had to have happened according to the order. Something above me didn't do something in order for me to even think, feel, and move that I have to be in. It's a C word. I can't think of it. It's not, I would say conflict, that I'm in conflict with you according to that order. If I see that I have to be in conflict with you in any kind of way, according to that, that states that it would imply that something is wrong, not with the order itself, but the people in order. The people assigned in that order ain't doing something. So at this point, and this is my own conjecture, this is my own thought, okay? At this point, it would seem to me that order is being changed. Order has been shifted now, and it's been going on for quite some time. It is no longer the masculine that is the head per se in the order. It's been changed. The feminine has been switched, and that's been going on for a long time anyway, which is why but the order has been changed, where the feminine, the woman, the Black woman in particular, has become the intercessor. She is the one who is receiving the downloads. She is the one whose intuition is being strengthened and becoming more empowered. She is the one that's being given more access to things, and then saying, okay, well, now that I have it, now I can pass this down to, or I can help him do this, that, and the other, whatever. And she's also making a decision, well, and not all, she's also making the decision, well, bruh, because I had gone through all of this shenanigans before you, and I'm just saying, generally speaking, not all, because I had to go through all of this, and when I was at the tail end of it, you didn't come get me, you didn't help me, you didn't lead me correctly, and now I'm up here, I have the authority, I've been given the authority, I've been given the resources, I've been given the ability, I've been given the strength and the, like I said, the intuition and whatever. I'm going to utilize it the way I need to utilize it. So it's like the tables have turned, if you will. And so what's happening is, where the masculine was the lead, the head, the forefront, or whatever, he was given permissions and access and authorities to do certain things, but he didn't do it, like the gentleman said before, where he didn't do, where he fell off. Now the woman is being put in that place. The order has been changed. The positions have been changed. Now she is being given the authority, the rules, the access to make changes. She's going to do them according to how she's being given to do them, because now the balance there has to be a balance. There has to be a shift, if you will, in the energies. There has to be a shift in the power structure, if you will, because the way it was going, it wasn't working. The masculine energy in itself doesn't have feelings. It doesn't move according to nurturing. It doesn't move according to love and all that kind of stuff. It moves according to what I want for me. Just that. Get it done. Fuck everybody, everything. Get done what I want, and that's it. It doesn't move according per se in a, I don't want to say in a righteous manner. I won't say that. But it moves more matter of factly than it does with any type of empathy. Okay, and that's it. We are both created with masculine and feminine energies, so we have them, but at this, things have switched because it's necessary. Now, I'm not gonna battle with the Most High and nobody else for that matter. It would seem as though the things have switched in order to balance them out, for each side to see and to experience what each side has done to each other, or whatever. This is what you did. Now you need to taste that, because now you don't like that, don't do that shit no more. But in the meantime, we here. This is what we're going to do right now. This is our time to do. And if you pay attention for real, a lot of the things are in the favor of the woman right now. They have been for quite some time, but I'm saying, like, there's a lot more access that women have to, more things that men don't. But there is a reason. There's a reason for it. There's a reason for it. There's a reason for it. And I'm not saying that you don't have some women that are just in a mindset of fuck you, I'm gonna get mine and fuck you, and you do whatever the hell you're gonna do, because some are. And I guess they earned that, whatever their situation, whatever, maybe they earned it. I'm gonna leave it at that. That's his opinion. But I lost my train of thought. But anyway, things have definitely changed for a reason.
I'm sorry. Let me interject, please. First of all, let me say something to you. Man himself, I don't mean just man, I mean mankind, which is inclusive of females too. Just because they changed the role from a male role to a female role doesn't change the doggone theater. The theater and the play is still the same. The bottom line is, if the clouds are dark, you know it's about to rain. A pregnant woman knows she's due because of pain. That ain't gonna change, and neither is God's word. You see, I change is not. So the bottom line is, because you want to put two male ants together, you want to put two male mosquitoes together, they're not gonna breathe. There's only one way for them to breathe. That's the same thing with man, and that ain't gonna change. And the thing about it is the demonic theory and this thinking and this slavery mentality that the people have to come out of in order. You can't see clear. It can be clear outside, but you can't see that it's clear if your mind is clouded. The bottom line is what it boils down to. Man doesn't have the gumption. You ain't got the integrity or the spiritual intellect or the intent to change anything. You may change it for you, and that's why it's messed up. You may change it for you, that's why you're mentally constipated. You may change it for you, that's why you got the mindset of it's like diarrhea. You know, you got a misdirection diarrhea of the mind. That's why you got all these complications and everything. And let me say something about the enemy.
The what now?
Huh?
Say something about what now? I didn't hear the last word.
The enemy.
Okay.
The enemy. Let me ask you a question, and this is a rhetorical question. If I was gonna go against some black females, I'm not finna send a white female in there. I'm not finna send a green female in there. I'm finna send an Asian. Guess what I'm finna do? I'm finna send one of their own kind in there to infiltrate, because they'll never suspect it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's not about the enemy is not. Everything begins from within. But this thing is even you want to say the enemy or the European or this and that or the oppressor, whatever, in order. When they have a secret meetings or whatever they want to have, just have a call, even though it's all dysfunctional or whatever it is. Let's call to what? An order. When I go to meetings, it's called to order. Means let's put all the other stuff aside. That's the order. You have your minutes. There's an order to it. That's the order. I'm not. And what you were saying about a man being responsible for a woman, yeah, if that's his, it don't mess with my vocal cords. If you do something, it doesn't mess with my hands. If I run, you don't get tired. If I eat, you don't get full. It is what I'm saying. What I'm addressing is, like you said about the enemy, or about the female being the enemy. How about not so much? If the best way to infiltrate is to use that which is familiar to you, or that which you can identify with, you will never suspect that they will use it. The man is so-called, quote-unquote, being pushed out the way, but that doesn't mean that he wasn't supposed to be in the position. Nobody else can take his position. Nobody else can take your position. Nobody else can do what you do. Nobody else can say what you say. Nobody else has the space in this space, on this dimension here, and on Earth like you. Nobody else. Your molecules are nobody like you. Your DNA is like nobody else. You're distinctly and wonderfully made. But, and when I say but, I don't mean B-U-T, I'm talking about B-U-T-T. When you show your behind outside, that ain't the white man's fault, because you got your own mindset. Then, if that's the case, when you go out there and curse somebody else just because they were speaking to you, I understand about how guys may be, just over aggressive, whatever. I understand that. But dang, if the guy just say hello to you, just say hello and keep it moving. You can at least be courteous or be kind. And then if they don't say nothing, then I'm all in your corner. But what I'm trying to say, we got to be kind one to another. You got to not let the outside infiltrate that which is within, because that which is within is what's really rotten. It's not the apple don't be out. If you see an apple being brown on the outside, it's not brown because it's on the outside. It's brown because it's negative and nasty on the inside, and they're infiltrating and using. Why? And I ain't coming out on one against the other, because the male's being used too, in a sense, but the females are being used by the oppressor, because they know that, just like Eve, like you said earlier, you said it yourself. Because when Adam went away, when the man went out the house, When the man was removed and forced out the house, then the covering, that woman was no longer covered. That's, again, I say it again, and I'm going to finish like this. That's why the man walks his daughter down the aisle, because the man is the covering. Hey, if a man can't do you like this, he train you. Show him. I'll treat you like a princess. If he can't do what I do for you or better, then you don't need it. I don't give 2 cents whether it's ding dong straight from here to Mississippi and back. That's what the bottom line is. So when she goes out, she knows what she's got. Her first date, her first man is her dad. Her first intellect comes from her dad, because a woman cannot think like a man, and a man cannot think like a woman. There are things that women have, that certain powers, like you say, power, suggested power, whatever the case might be, but it ain't all about your mouth. There's other different things. Women have powers in different ways than man do. The man does. And that's just, where did that come from? Nature. What is nature? Nothing but an order. There are certain things, a certain way, to give you a real quick example. It's just like, I'll give you a real life example. When I won my exes and stuff like that, yeah. She didn't like me. She didn't make no big deal. She was so sweet, yada. When the manager came, he was just enthralled by I was too, but our beauty and all that other stuff, yeah. But she was so kind and so nice. He came back and said, I got everything. Don't worry about it. The meal and everything is on me. I got it. And I came back and said, man, what is it? No, I got it. Because why? Because I let her, there's a time and place for everything. I let her use what she got. Like my neighbor used to say, use what you got. Not to manipulate, blah, blah, blah. Like you say, she just talked. She was just being her. Just being kind. Just being, you understand what I'm saying? The man don't want to step there and if somebody come at him aggressively or whatever case might be, you might well be shooting pool and get mad over paying pool table. He see a woman. Excuse me, not see a woman. He sees what should be a woman or what should be a female, but she's not acting that way. Because in his mind, he knows a female is a, and I hate to say this, I don't mean this in the man. Y'all gotta stop being so. See, that's what I'm saying. So I don't want to be emotional, but you are an emotional creature. You gotta stop being so. Then she's of the lesser being. What I mean by that, she's supposed to be a soft. Not when I say soft, I don't mean weak. I didn't say weak. Weak begins with a W. I said soft or a lesser being, and the man is supposed to protect that. A man is supposed to, because he knows what there's a difference between a wolf and a sheep. Right.
G, let me address these people that have come in, and I appreciate your commentary. Also, if anybody wants to call in, feel free to call in 770-906-5271. 770-906-5271. Najee, Jordan, I think I pronounced that correctly. I hope so. Thank you, loved one, for being here. I appreciate you. And Fame, I always appreciate you, loved one. And Mac had a question. There were 2 questions. So one of them was, I guess, for you to explain the slave mind, because you brought that up. What is the slave mind? And the other, Max suggests that a lot of brothers read Francis Cress Welsing's book, The ISIS Papers. I do have that. I need to read it, but I do have it. So suggestion is to read the book, The ISIS Papers. What's going on? Is it Lynch? Lynch one? Well, 1111. Link. Is it Link? Honey, 50-year-old eyes. They doing something. Great rise, loved one. Appreciate you for being here. Appreciate you. What we've become separated 100%. Absolutely, we have. What we've become. We allowed a certain group of women out there to ruin it for the better part of the women that deserve us to listen. There you go. Boom. King Ba 111. Thank you, loved one, for being here again. I appreciate you. Link. Okay. Thanks. Thank you, love, because I didn't want to, keep messing up your name. Link. Thank you. Okay. Again, if you want to call in and share your thoughts, questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to do so. Again, that number is 770-906-5271. For those of you who are just joining me, the topic of today, what we've become, is based on the subject that we talked about last week, which is also a #1 video of mine on YouTube entitled The Black Man's Enemy, the Black Woman. And it's more so posed as, well, not so much as a question, but the way Black men have been perceiving Black women. So this is what we're talking about, trying to find out why Black men see Black women as the enemy. And if that be the case, does that also mean that the Black man is the enemy to the Black woman? It must go both ways. Pratt, I appreciate you for still being here. And I don't know why you got rid of your comments. Put them back up there or call in 770-906-5271, 770-906-5271. So the bottom line here, like I said, I'm not going to agree that Black women are the enemy to Black men. I will say that there are many Black women who are no longer embracing Black men for whatever reason. A lot of them see the Black men that they have experienced, and I have to base it on that because I don't know how many Black men there are in the world, but I know I have not come across not even half or a portion, a third, none of that. So I can't speak for all that. But the women perhaps who are speaking against Black men in a general are basing it upon experiences that they've had with those Black men that they were in relationships with. And I like to say for us to keep it fair, you know, it's more fair to say, well, these particular people that I chose, they ain't shit. And that on both ends, you know, if men are dealing with women that ain't shit, those are ones that you chose. You know, if women are dealing with men that ain't shit, those are ones that you chose. That does not mean, generally speaking, that men and or women ain't shit, or that, you know, that we are the enemy. What is happening, and as the gentleman said before, is that we are practicing enemy behavior. We're practicing it. If we would just sit down with each other and communicate, exchange energies with the absence of emotionalism, listen to the information that is being expressed, deal with the facts of the matter with one another, we can come up with a solution. The solution being oneself first. Fix your own self. Make sure that your mind is clear, that you are healthy, that, you know, you're not dragging ancestral, you know, trauma with you into relationships, be they romantic or not. We have to get to a point of being able to, even if we disagree, but being able to disagree intelligently and still powerfully. You know what I'm saying? Instead of us, we both iron, we're supposed to sharpen each other, not stab each other. But this is what's happening. Is like we have become more competitive with each other instead of working with each other as something to compete against. You know what I'm saying? Like we become each other's competition instead of other people looking at us like we can't mess with them. You know what I'm saying? We've become divided, and in that division, we've become weakened. We constantly become weakened because we continuously bickering over shit that we need to be having communication about. We need to be figuring out what is the solution. How do we fix this? Okay, yeah, I said you want shit. Yeah, I cheated on you. Yeah, I called you a hoe. Yeah, I slept with your brother. Whatever it is, and I'm being funny, but not for real. But we need to figure out, why are these things happening? What caused these things to happen? What's going on with our soil, that everything that grows from this tree is rotten? Why are we not talking about the soil? Let's get in that soil. We can start off with today. What happened today? This is what happened today. Well, what happened today? Let's go back to yesterday. Well, what happened yesterday is what caused what happened today. Keep going back, but we're not willing as a whole, generally speaking, to do that, which is why the enemy ain't got no problem sitting in the middle playing ping pong or tennis and watching us exchange blows with one another. We are not the enemy, but again, as said, we are practicing enemy behavior. If you want to call in, please do so. 770-906-5271. Finish reading these comments. It was a little hard for me to follow what the brother was saying. Okay, I guess you got him now, I guess. Let me see. I will put this name up. Cynthia G. Cynthia G. What does this name mean to you, host? Not much, and I'm gonna be honest. No, not much. I want to say I kind of know, but I don't want to sound ignorant, so I'm gonna keep my ignorance to myself. So if you want to elaborate, feel free to do so. Fam says the answer was moving into many metaphors and stories. Okay. Link says, can we speak on, yes, Sister Ali, yes, and how many years she's warned us. This at least got the conversation started. Absolutely. Is it Shahrazad? I don't know how to pronounce her name. Shahrazad Ali, but I know who you're talking about. That, yeah, that sister. What's going on, Dennis Foster Sr.? Thank you, loved one, for being here. I appreciate you. King By at 111 says, Mrs. Ali put the truth out long ago to deaf ears. I can dig it. But yeah, she put it out. It's coming back out because it's being like put on other platforms right now. So it's being put out. Everything happens, for a reason and in divine timing. And hopefully more people are in a position where they can hear the truth. They can hear the information that is being given and are in a position to apply it, at least willing to apply it. And that's the issue. It has to be applied. It doesn't matter what you know. If you do nothing with your knowledge, it means shit. So, of course, learn something, know something, but apply it. We do not have to continue the behavior that we are in. We don't have to do it. At this point, when you're given platforms and you're given ways to speak your mind and tell people, what's going on with you, you have a resource or many resources. When you do not utilize them, then you can't be mad when nobody hears you. You can't be mad if nobody's coming to your rescue or offering you a way for you to save yourself. and I'm speaking for me right now, I open my platforms up, not for debate, but for communication, for exchange of information, to give people a voice. Say what you need to say. And if those of you who are on my YouTube, who have left messages or read the messages, you see how I respond to every one of them. I don't respond in my feelings, even though sometimes, I get tempted sometimes. But I know, first of all, it can't be personal because none of y'all know me. Okay, so it can't be personal, but it comes across as such. It comes across very attacking and antagonistic, if you will. But if I'm trying to give you information, I can't respond in the same way that is being given to me. My job is to give you the information. That's it. It's to pass on the message. That's it. How you receive or not, that's on you. That's it. He said, can you go to her site and listen to her? Cynthia G. Hate Black men based on her ongoing rant regarding her own personal, brokenness, and other joined in on her plight and added, she been on YouTube. Okay, I'll check her out. Cynthia G. put on YouTube video out on aborting all black male babies. Wow. I will look her up. I will definitely look her up. I don't know if I'm gonna do it tonight because I got to get ready to get out of here early in the morning, but I will definitely, let me make notes so I don't forget. Cynthia G. And anybody else that's listening, watching, or will be, check her out. Cynthia G. Also, make sure you look into the book, the ISIS Papers. Look into that as well. Check out Sister Shahrazad Ali. She a powerhouse. That's for sure. Feel free to watch any other videos I have on YouTube or respond to whatever catches you. Again, if there's anybody here that wants to call in, feel free to do so. 770-906. I almost forgot my own number. 5271. 906-5271. G, was there anything else you want to say before I let you go, love?
No, I'm finished. I tried to put what I had to say, and I just had to say it the way it was said. So people didn't understand. Certain people didn't understand it. Then I'm not going to apologize for it because I had to say it the way that I had needed to be said. Basically, sometimes when you hear the truth and you haven't heard it in 30, 40 years, or you haven't, like you say, tried to make a change or didn't want to make a change or whatever case may be, then that which causes you to have to change seems foreign to you. So I might as well have been saying it in French because I can't speak French. So
right.
it's just hopeful that you have to take action. If you want something, you can't go forward without just standing still in the same spot. That goes not only physically, but mentally, financially, and everything else too. That's all I have to say about it.
Yeah, it's not a matter of you apologize, and he's saying that he was. No, I'm saying that it's not about you apologize. Nobody's asking you to apologize, nor is that expected. It was just that he was not understanding what was saying, but he's saying that he was doing something else also. So there might have been some things that were missed. So it was just him making this point. But no, your thoughts are always appreciated. I always appreciate you calling in and just supporting me, period. Even if don't nobody understand you, I do. You might be all over the place, but I'll catch you. But nonetheless.
Well, no, I try to stay in unison. But I mean, again, until you address that, you don't have a cut on your arm or your leg or whatever, and you got a gaping hole when you need stitches, and you put a Band-Aid over.
Yeah, well, we're trying to find. We're trying to find, what caused the injury, and it's really that. Like we're talking about decades and decades and centuries of emotional trauma. We can't forget that those things have caused. It's an ongoing cycle of trauma. The number again is 770-906-5271. 770-906-5271. So we're gonna have another caller. So G, I certainly appreciate you, loved one. If you want to call back in, feel free to do so. But stick around and just listen. We're gonna keep it going for a little bit longer, okay?
All
right, loved one. So we will talk soon.
Okay.
All right, babe.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. 770-906-5271 is the number. It says she is out there telling Black women to leave Black men and date white men. Can't support that. I do not, but like I said, I'm taking notes, so I'm going to learn. And this is how we do things. You give information. You have people who are willing to take the information and learn something in order to come to a common ground. At least to have communication about it. This is how we grow. Exchange of information. This is what we need to continue doing, is exchanging information. If you know something that I don't, give me the information. You're responsible for that, not responsible for what I do with it. You know something that I don't. I'm willing to receive the information, share it with me, and vice versa. This is what we need to do. Black men, I'm saying this to you. If you see where the error is with Black women, you see it, say something. And I know y'all gonna say every time we try to say something to y'all, we either getting flipped off or y'all walking away, y'all got an attitude or we got to be MF. I know. But find a way. Because the thing is, a lot of, and I'm as far as like the way maybe some women may carry themselves, a lot of times they're doing that for the attention of you. If that attention is not being given, something's going to change. Link 1111 says the only thing that will get attention to this is thousands of Black women gather together and speak to all of you as one voice. Us men will deal with us. Trust me, already started. That's what's up. Can you type the number in? Yes, indeed. You said you're multitasking. Yep. So what I'm going to do is I'm kind of disappointed that more sisters didn't show up tonight. I guess because I warned that I was going in on that ass. But what I intend to do, and what I usually do anyway, but I'm gonna make it very specific, is to start holding some types of classes, webinars, seminars, or whatever for women in particular, just to understand the power of being a woman and being able to utilize the influence in a righteous manner all across the board. When brothers do the same thing and we come together with the like mind, we something to mess with. Or I should say, we're not something to mess with. We are a force to be reckoned with. Okay, but we need to be doing this together. We need to be checking each other, checks and balances. We need to be doing that, making sure that each other is doing what we're supposed to be doing, holding each other accountable. We need to do that. What are you saying is lost? What's lost, love? Tell me what's lost. But come on now, call in here, 770-906-5271. I want to hear your voice. I want to hear what you got to say, because that's another brother that you all need to follow if you don't already know on YouTube. He has some powerful messages as well, so follow him also. You did? Nobody called me. Oh, you calling Link? That's not Link number. Or you telling Link to call in? What's up, Phoenix? 770-906-5271 is the call-in number. Yeah, this phone has not rung in Timor. Try again, 770-906-5271. I'm looking to hear from the ladies. If any of you all are still there, I don't know what's happening. It's not okay. There you go. Great rise in the moonlight. You got Queen Gaza, King Advocate. What's going on, loved one?
Oh, what's going on, Shalom?
See, now I got you. What's going on, love? I'm glad to hear from you.
Shit, Barah, man. Blessings to you and blessings to everybody out there. I know it's kind of hard to hear me one time, but it's hot.
I can dig it
right now.
I hear you.
But yeah, no, I didn't have nothing bad to say on what Aki was saying. I just didn't I couldn't really follow, but then again, it could just be me. Feel me? I came in a little late, so I didn't know what the question was, and I barely was just getting on topic because I came in. But I heard something about tattoos and stuff like that, and I was just trying to follow, the hand, the fly, the hand.
Gotcha.
But I want to just get my own take on, what I see in the real world with melanated people. And to me, it don't have nothing to do with this internet shit. And I think we get this internet shit, we take this internet shit into the real world and shit. And I think that's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
I think we got to start operating from a reality base on what's going on in your neighborhoods,
right?
How politicians are running your neighborhoods and shit like that, who's really in power and shit like that. Us arguing and bickering about who should be in the position, the gender roles and shit. And I'm not saying that brother was talking about that. Like I said, I came there pretty late. But what I'm saying is the overall view that you see on YouTube, it's like everybody bickering about what the woman and the man are supposed to be doing, and it's like, dude, we don't got time for that shit. We don't got time for that shit. We really need to get on our shit, start building the communities up ASAP, start building the man and the woman up together ASAP. We don't have time for this other little shit. All this arguing this shit, we don't got time for that.
Right.
Our kids don't have time for that because our kids are our gangsters too.
Right.
If you ever been watching the news, and I know a lot of people think the news is like propaganda or whatever the case may be, but for me, I just use the news to stay informed on what's going on with my people, pretty much.
Right. I got you. That's
But yeah, I
what's up.
just wanted to get that out. I wasn't trying to, definitely was not trying to assault the brother. I don't assault any brother or sister. If you ever come to my shit, my panel or whatever, you get treated with respect, and I'm not at all assaulting the brother's shit. I came in a little late, so maybe that's 100% maybe my fault not to take fault for that. I just couldn't follow.
Right.
What was going on with that. But like I said, I know y'all talking about the genders and all that briefly when I came in, and the women are gonna follow the men. The women are gonna follow the men. That's why you see so many women in the hood. They sound like dudes. They start to look like dudes because we set the trends.
Right.
And it ain't just with women. You know what I mean? There's other nations of men that want to follow. You know what I mean? So I don't know where everybody stay at, but where I stay at, it's a lot of different nations that sound just like black.
Right. Absolutely.
We set the trends.
Absolutely.
So it doesn't just relegate to just women.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's how influential, the black man is.
Right.
The melanated man can influence anybody.
Correct.
You know what I mean? So that's all I wanted to say. I wasn't trying to at all, and I would love for the brother to come back up.
No.
Continue. Continue what you guys were talking about, because I definitely had some questions on that, but I was trying to get up. I was cleaning and shit. So.
Oh no, you're fine. I appreciate you calling in, first of all, and I want to ask you, as far as, like I said, some black men looking at black women as the enemy. What is your thought specifically on that?
No. I think, and I was seeing the comments too about that other sister talking about, aborting black male babies and shit. She is a very wounded spirit.
Mm-hmm.
That's a wounded spirit right there.
Right.
I don't agree at all on what she said, because not all melanated babies are going to be the same.
Correct.
That's where your parents come in. That's where the parents are supposed to raise them babies to be the next Obama and Jordan and shit like that, or even a scientist, or even a doctor. So she's going off of wounded spirit shit. You feel me? What a lot of women on here is doing, they're going off of, I had this bad experience, and they call them pookies and ray ray.
Right.
I don't like using that shit because I feel like that's just demeaning us. Just like y'all don't like us using Sinead.
Right. Shaquanda's right.
It's derogatory.
Right.
It's derogatory.
Right.
And to me, it's like the same as the N-word.
Gotcha.
So call the man by his name. The man has a name. He's a man. You may not like him and what he do, but he's a man. He's not a pookie. He's not a ray, none of that dumb shit that we keep creating. And I never understood this with melanated people. Why do we create so many fucking tags on us?
Right.
Like, we created Pookie and Ray, not the white man. The white man didn't create that shit.
Right.
Caucasian didn't create that shit.
Right.
It was us. We created Tatiana and all that shit. Bust down thought we created that shit.
Right.
It ain't the white man doing that shit. So at the end of the day, what I'm saying is our battle and our war is outside, man. It's in the real world. I can't be too caught up with this internet shit and all these little words that people are creating to hold their own people down, which is a huge problem, man, because a lot of these people, male or female, they look stupid creating a lot of this shit. Just to apply this shit to their own people. Like, get out there. If y'all feel so, passionate about this shit, go in your community and do some shit.
That part.
You know what I mean?
That part.
So, that's all I was trying to say. I'm not trying to talk funny as well.
Oh no, you good. But that part it is about that. Instead of us, like I said, just sitting here talking about what the problem is, let's figure out what the solution is and do something about it. That's why I push You know, one of my brands is I am the solution. I don't know if you can see the hoodie, but it says I am the solution, on purpose, with purpose. You know, everything has to start with us taking accountability for our own selves first. Period. You have to acknowledge where your personal trauma has come from and heal from it before it brings friends, and you got a whole family of trauma, and then before you know it, now you hate everybody. You know what I'm saying? Because of the trauma that you had initially that you never healed from. That trauma brings along energies. Like energies attract each other. So if you are, you know, filled with traumatic energy, you're going to draw traumatic energy, and anything outside of that is going to be an enemy to you because it's opposite of you. Even if it's a good thing, you're going to perceive that thing to be an enemy because it's opposite of where you are, which is why I keep emphasizing that we have to make sure that we are healed and that we're not saying that we are each other's enemies because of trauma that we have experienced, because we have experienced trauma as a people, as a whole people. We have experienced trauma. We are dealing with PTSD. We are. We've never healed from that because we've never acknowledged that we're even suffering from PTSD. It's ongoing. We have to learn how to heal individually and as a people. And when we can heal individually and as a people, then we'll figure out that we are the solution to the problem. We're the solution to the problem. We are the solution to the problem because we'll be able to see it from a clear, healthy mind. And that's it. That's it. There's so many comments in here. I got to go in here and get them all. So is there anything else that you want to share with us, love? Anything else you want to share?
Oh, yeah, when you gonna ever hop up on the panel, man, share all that wisdom on the panel.
On your panel or any panel?
Yeah,
on
my shit.
What?
Man,
Look, you tell me. You let me know when you're ready for me, and I'll get ready.
All right, yeah, I'll keep you posted.
Yeah, we'll do it just like that.
That brother too, man. So that brother, man, sub to me, man, and can come up whenever we have a panel, man. I love hearing everybody's ideas and shit, man, and I love to have a panel where everybody has indifference and shit, man. Because
right.
If you've seen the last show we had, there was a lot of sisters, well, a few sisters that was talking about colorism and shit.
Right.
And I finally got to hear, you know, in depth on what they feel about, you know, the skin color of that shit, because I always try to have mixed feelings with that shit. So it's always different when you're on a panel with people that feel different.
Right.
Then the discussions really get good, you know what I mean? So
absolutely.
Keep that in mind, man. Just
no doubt.
Home, man. Anybody that, you know, want to come up.
I would love to, and then take it to the street with a solution. I would love to do that immediately. Take it to the street.
Yeah.
This is what we came up with. Let's get it. Let's do it. I'm with that.
Yeah. Y'all make sure y'all check that one out too, boy. Check that stream. I think it's like a couple of lives down, couple shows down. Check that one out. There's a lot of sisters, you know, a few sisters on there that's really discussing that shit, and I like that.
Right.
That's how you get answers in the community.
Absolutely.
Instead of lashing like this character that the chat is talking about, that synthetic G character. Talk about it. Why don't you have a civilized conversation with people instead of, oh, black men ain't shit, a boy, black man,
right.
all this shit. Okay, so can you talk?
Right.
Because I'm pretty sure I'm not there. I haven't dated you. I don't even know you.
Right.
So how could you just make that assumption? You know
right.
what I mean? Before
exactly.
You meet somebody, it's the same with men too.
Absolutely.
You don't want to assume with sisters, because I done met some incredible sisters.
Right.
Throughout this journey. You
right.
know what I mean? So don't do that. Don't write your own fucking people off. Man.
That part.
Doesn't look good.
That part.
Look good for you. Really does not.
Yes, indeed. That's what's
That's
up.
all I wanted to say, though. I don't want to.
You good, love. I definitely appreciate you. It's always good to hear from you. But yeah, definitely keep in touch with me, and we'll do that. And if you want to put your information in on his feed, please do that so people can follow you directly.
Oh yeah, channel right there in the chat. That's me right there. Click on it, sub to it. I don't have no other forms of media, so yeah, I'm only on YouTube. And now that everybody seems to like the panel format versus this upload, I'm just gonna do that because I love hearing people ideas on stuff because there's so many different people now. You got biracial people that are proud to be biracial, and then you have Black people proud to be Black. So it's like, okay, cool, let's go on the panel. I would love to hear, the conversation.
Absolutely.
And not tear each other down for the answers. That's what we have to start doing. Stop tearing each other down for the answers. That's why what I said about that brother, because I didn't really want to try and assault the brother or anything like that. I just couldn't follow, but that would have been, more on my side. We got to stop tearing each other down.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, honey, I definitely appreciate you. I'm looking forward to being on that panel for sure.
Definitely. All right, just stay in touch with me. Everybody, you be good. Peace to the chat and peace to the brother that was on the panel. Y'all be good. Shalom.
You do the same, loved one. Peace. All right, so I'm going to go back and read the comments because there are a lot now. Kingba 111 says, we understand who caused the problem, but some keep pouring salt on the wound so it can't heal. Link 1111 says, host interviewed 10 women and have younger women in the conversation, and you will see how divided we are. The make it rain type I'm speaking of, the tatted up types that say they don't need a man. Yeah, I can't stand to hear that. That's some irritating shit right there. But yeah, I got you. Max says, a late great brother by the name of Dale Jones, who speaks on trigonometry, is very informative. I wrote him down. Yes, sir. Thank you for that info. This is what I'm talking about. Link says, the caller is correct. However, the internet is here and millions adapted to this platform and taking their personal issues so the world see us rip each other apart. Real, indeed. Absolutely. Also says a lot of broken people out there and not gotten help and on the loose out there. Facts. Yep. A lot of sick us out there. A lot. King Boss says, wounded spirit with thousands of followers. That's facts. There's a lot of those. Worldwide platform. Yes, King Boss, 100%. And they are laughing their ass off at how we are ripping each other apart. Absolutely. So that's also why I keep saying or have such an issue with us looking at each other like we're a problem, like we're an enemy to each other. That's what they expect. That's what they're hoping, that we would continue to think that way and feel that way toward each other. They're hoping for that. It's a whole big agenda on that. We ain't gonna go into it tonight because we're gonna wrap this up shortly. Okay. Yeah, please make sure that you like. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe, like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff so we can keep the algorithms on this video and all of the videos, all the lives doing something. Okay, please do that. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Make sure you get the notifications every time I go live. For sure, I go live every Monday at 8 o'clock. If I don't, then you'll be notified of that as well. But hit the like button, please. Make sure you hit the like button, comment, subscribe, and share. See what else we got here. It's a question: who the gatekeeper of her house, who incubates life. Therefore, who she allows into her temple is on her, regardless of how we set this up. Facts. No courting, no getting to know the intent on his heart. Right. I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. Let's see. Do women or females understand a man, guy, male, and boy out there at all? This is a huge problem that no one speaks on. A lot of guys, boys are allowed are allowed to raw dog because women can't tell. Ooh-wee. Big facts. There is definitely a difference. And I'm almost certain there's a video, it's probably years ago, that I kind of addressed those issues. So let's check them out. Like I said, I have several other videos other than the one that we're talking about on YouTube. So check them out. I think I kind of addressed it a little bit, but you were still absolutely right. Link also says, is that every black man fault the choice that she make all by herself, or do we all get this blame? We're talking generally speaking, and it's not so much a blame, but when you say, am I my brother's keeper? Yes, I am. That goes both ways. Am I my sister's keeper? Yes, I am. Should she say, am I my brother's keeper? Should he say, am I my sister's keeper? I think we need to be more responsible for each other. We need to be more governed amongst our own, period. I mean, if we want to grow and blow up and, be powerful, then we got to hold each other accountable. It's like, this is our community, is our house. If our house is being shaken up in any kind of way, whoever's doing the shaking got to get addressed, period. We have to do that, but we're so afraid. We have made ourselves afraid of each other that we won't correct one another, and we won't deal with you, and we're just gonna look at you where you an enemy and you got to just get the hell on, and we're gonna throw you to wolves, and we're not gonna try to correct you. Even though you're part of the family, you could be fixed and healed and whatever. We're not doing none of that. True enough, there are gonna be some that's just gonna stray because they want to. Then set their ass free. I get that. I'm not saying you got to, go and pick up every little straggler. I'm not saying that. But give us an opportunity. Give the opportunity for people to receive some type of information, to receive some type of healing, to make a decision on what they're going to do. They decide they don't want to do nothing, that's what they do. If they decide they want to, hold themselves accountable and join the family, get back in the house, make things clean and organized or whatever, then that's what they do. But give the opportunity. We're not even doing that no more. I don't know if that answered your question or not, but I hope so. So the internet ripping is by far one-sided. Well, thank you for hitting that like button. Adonis Action, I appreciate that. And Link 1111 says, to generalize us is the problem. Blame it on her choice and that choice of that guy or boy whom screwed up. Remember this, we are socially stamped based on what we do out there, this real out there. Understood. I'm not saying, I don't want to come across as if I'm saying, well, I slept with this dude and he wasn't shit and that's your fault. That's not at all what I'm saying. That's not at all what I'm saying, because it still boils down to each person being accountable for self. As a whole, we need to be accountable for each other. So no, if I make a bad decision and that's my decision, you don't have shit to do with that directly. You would not directly. If we're looking at it as a whole, so I'm just looking at it as a whole, we just need to do something about it. You said the popular narrative. Okay, here you go. I understand, but until we come up with a solution, where you're going to hear some things that you've probably heard 9,900,000 times before. Sorry for that. Okay, I'm not apologizing for what I say. I say what I mean to say. Period. I'm gonna just leave it at that. Period. Moving on. You said I led by example with my kids. Very good. Absolutely. We all need to do that. We all need to do that. Period. Lead by example. Period. Carla, Miss Carla, thank you, loved one, for being here. I sure enough appreciate you. Beautiful. So yes, but this is what Cynthia G is out there doing. The very same type. She speaks on. She went and got pregnant by one, but will not speak on it. So she's speaking on aborting black male babies, but she got pregnant and had a black male baby. Is that what you're saying? You said the accountability will not accept they were wrong. The accountable will not accept they were wrong. Then where's the accountability? She had a girl child. So she had a black girl child by a black man and is telling black women to abort black men, but she got pregnant by a black man. Okay. So like that type of stuff, like if that's a person that can't be reached because she just can't be reached, she don't want to be reached, she don't want to, get any information, she don't want to heal from whatever her traumas were, she want to stay in that would be looked at as an enemy. Real talk. That would be, yeah, she would be over there. Phoenix says, I tell the young sisters at night, they should have a weapon to defend themselves if something was to happen. I saw posters of sisters going missing. Oh yeah, all the time. Link says she speaks on men calling all of us dusty, but went and got pregnant by a man that she knew have several kids. It's all over the net. I'm shocked you don't know. I don't deal with it. I don't do the net. I don't even have television. When I'm on the internet, if I'm not looking up something specific to what I need to be doing or going live, I'm not here. Yeah, I don't allow my mind to get bombarded with the bullshit. I don't. He said most don't want to be reached, and I get it. I can't argue with it. I don't want to say most, but I will say a lot because we'll generalize and say most, but we can only say the most that we know about. There are so many other mosts that we don't know. There are so many other minis that we don't know. We don't know who wants to be reached because we can't reach them. We don't have access to those who may want it. People that have platforms, such as mine that are not, everybody doesn't have access to it. Everybody hasn't heard about it. Somebody may want the information but can't get it. You know what I'm saying? They don't know where it is, or they're being surrounded by some other bullshit. That's all they got when they're looking for something else but don't know where to find it. That's all I'm saying. So there are people who actually do want the information, who do want to seek change and acquire a healthy mind or whatever, and do something about what they see in their community. There are some that want to do that. They may need help getting to the resources to help them do it, but they do exist. So let's not sweep all of us under the rug. Let's not put all of us out in the garbage, because there are some that are doing what they can do with what they got to do something better, even if it's just go live or be on a talk show, whatever. They're doing something. This problem is so deep, it damaged our community that are all on YouTube listening to her BS. Yes, it's also on the guys whom are lost. But to blame all of us based on her personal choice, well, absolutely. And that goes both ways, my love. Absolutely. What she's saying is completely wrong. And what men say based on their personal stuff about Black women is completely wrong. That's what I'm saying. It cannot be based on personal experiences. Period. Not all, the majority. That is correct. That is correct. All right, y'all. So I'm gonna wrap it up. If you all want to call in before I do so and say something, 770-906-5271. Feel free to call in like ASAP. 770-906-5271. And if you are interested, I know this is a hoodie. There's also a shirt, okay? And it's polyester, 100% polyester. If you are interested in getting a hoodie or a shirt, which comes in white, black, and royal blue, 3 different colors. It says the same on the back and the hood. It's all over, and the sleeves all over the place. It says, I am the solution, on purpose, with purpose. If you are interested in getting one of these, because my store is down at the moment, but just reach out to me via YouTube, or you can send me an email, queengoddessthekingadvocate@gmail.com, if you are interested in getting one of those items for yourself. Eventually, I will post them up there so you can just order them straight offline. But please make sure, again, that you like this video, that you share this video, you comment. The next time we get live, when you get the notifications, bring your folks on in here so they can join the conversation as well, so we can really come up with solutions to our issues. Okay, I think I have addressed everything. He said, host who is the gatekeeper, whom incubates life into this world. Seems to me women need to know the 3 arcs in our gender pool, or else a man is very different from a guy and a boy. Indeed, Link says she create nations regardless of great spirits or demonic forces out there. Indeed, I appreciate you all for sharing information. I'm definitely going to be looking these people up. Cynthia G, Crystalline, Kerosene, I guess that's her name, and Dale Jones. Even when we get off of here, if you would please post that information again, and whoever else is interested, I will post it on Facebook as well for those who may be interested in reading up on these individuals. Cynthia G, Crystalline Kerosene, which is spelled Christelyn, and her last name is Karazin, and the last person is Del Jones, if you are interested in finding out any information on any of those 3 individuals. All right, loved ones, I so appreciate you all for being here, for showing up. You didn't have to be here, but I'm glad that you made Monday night your night to be here with me. Mac, thank you, beloved. You do the same. I appreciate you. Please show up again and go to my other videos. Check them out as well, if you will. Be here with me next week, next Monday. Same time, different subject. Okay. And keep the number if you all want to call in for the next show. If it's something that you want to discuss offline, you can email me, queengoddessthekingadvocate@gmail.com, and we can discuss that as well. All right, beloveds, I appreciate you. Definitely, I got that. That was the first thing. I appreciate you all for being here. Always. You all have a pleasant, peaceful night. I love you on purpose, with purpose. Until I see you next time. Peace.